What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sanitary 103, thanks for watching yet another video. So in today's episode, I'm going to give you guys and gals some tips on how to keep your energy levels up on a low carbohydrate diet. Now, when I try to trim down and when I try to get a little bit, more cut, low carb dieting has done wonders for me. I typically lower the carbs a little bit, I increase my proteins, I increase my fats, and while still maintaining the right amount of intensity at the gym, I've been pretty successful with it. Now, low carb dieting might not be for everybody, but it's definitely worth a shot. Now, low carb diet definitely has benefits, like I mentioned. It's gotten me more trim, more cut. But one of the challenges of a low carb diet is that because carbohydrates are your primary source of energy, your energy levels are typically going to get a little bit lower, which is why I'm making this video. Now, before I go over this advice, just know that if you're starting a low carb diet, that your energy levels for the first few weeks, they might be a little bit lower, but if you follow my tips and if done properly, your energy levels should get back to normal after a few weeks. So a low carbohydrate diet, in my opinion, is, per day anywhere between 50 and 150. 150 might be a little bit on the high end for some people, but that's gonna depend on your activity level, your height, your weight, etc., etc. But in general, I would say between 50 and 150 is considered fairly low carb. So for instance, let's say that you're taking in 100 carbs per day. That's what you're allowed to have. What you need to do is have about 30 to 40% of your carbs first thing in the morning. So if it's 100 carbs, get about 30 to 40, even up to 50% of your carbs early in the morning. The reason is that when you go to bed for 6 to 8 hours, by the time you wake up, you're going to be depleted. Now, you might feel refreshed in terms of if you're sleeping really well, but one thing is that your sugar level / glycogen is going to be a little bit lower after 6 to 8 hours, and if you don't get that many carbs early in the morning, you're going to be dragging your feet in the morning time. And the more intense you work out, and I've personally experienced this, it's going to be much harder. Your energy levels are going to go down. So just like, let's say you're going on a road trip and you want to put fuel into that car, you want to have a decent gas tank, you want to put the gas in there to go on that road trip. Well, if you're on empty, you're going to be screwed. So definitely, get the majority of your carbs first thing in the morning. And the second thing is that on your workout days, you want to maybe get a little bit of carbs, like a piece of bread before you work out. That's going to help ignite your energy levels a little bit, because you're going to need that during a workout. There's nothing worse than going to the gym and being completely sluggish. Even have just a cup of coffee, a little bit of caffeine along with a piece of bread. That those carbs along with the caffeine is going to help you get through that workout and get the most bang for your buck. And thirdly, although I don't know if thirdly is a word, but the third piece of advice is, like I said, get about 40 to 50% of your carbs early in the morning, and then on your workout days, get a little bit of carbs before, and then get them afterwards too, just a little bit to round off the amount of carbs that you need. So if you need 100 and you're short 30, get the 30 grams right after you work out. And the reason for that is if you've been busting your butt at the gym, it's been proven that post-workout, after you're done, your metabolism and your heart rate is still elevated. So this is the part where you can take advantage, minimize the damage, and take advantage of this window of opportunity in which your metabolism is a little bit higher. So when you're taking in the extra carbs and calories, it's not going to have as much an effect as opposed to if you were to have it late night. So in conclusion, what you want to do is, if let's say the example of 100 carbs per day, get about the majority, at least about 30 to 40 up to 50% early in the morning. That's going to help start your day on a good note. And then on your workout days, get a little bit before your workout and get some carbs after your workout to finalize the amount that you need. Now, real quick, like I mentioned briefly earlier, everybody's carbs are going to be different, but 50 to 150 is typically a normal range, but that's going to take some experimentation with you. So once you find that number, use these techniques and definitely you're going to see results. And last but certainly not least, and I don't want to go too much on a tangent because I've done a video on carb cycling, but I have to mention this since we're talking about low carb. On your non-workout days, you can definitely taper down your carbs on much lower, because you don't need as much energy to work out at the gym. So a lot of if you're getting 100 per day, you could potentially drop it to like 70, 75. And to make sure to get a lot of your carbs from green vegetables as opposed to whole grains on your non-workout days, and you're going to be okay. On your workout days, follow the regimen that I recommended, the timing of the carbs, get a little bit more whole grains, and on your workout days. And if you do that, you're going to be okay. Thanks once again for watching this video. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below or send me a personal message, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is basically kimchi fried rice. And for people that don't know, kimchi is just basically cabbage, and it's a delicious Korean dish.